Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Marathon Pro. Something I've really enjoyed doing in the past is helping teach new players how to play, and I've had a handful of friends start this game in the last several months. I saw on YouTube recently that DrDisRespect began playing and streaming Hunt Showdown, and I watched the entire stream. Watching him play, I was reminded of my first hours of gameplay and how I still learn things now with nearing 1,000 hours. There was a lot that he learned and a lot of really great questions he had, and it inspired me to create this guide. And therefore, this is Hunt Showdown Explained for DrDisRespect, a beginner's guide. Please keep in mind, at the time of this video, Hunt Showdown 1.6.2 is currently on the test servers, so some things are subject to change, but at a high level, the gameplay should be consistent. So let's get started. What is Hunt Showdown? Hunt Showdown is a PvPvE game where the objective is to go into the map, currently there are 3, in an attempt to return with a bounty for a PvE boss enemy. There are currently 4 possible bounties: the Butcher, the Spider, Scrapbeak, and the Assassin. The PvP aspect of the game is that there are up to a total of 12 total hunters trying to do the same thing. Hunt Showdown was originally designed for duos, but you can go in by yourself against other duos. Additionally, there's an option to allow trios. There is another solos game called Quick Play, which is a lot more like a traditional battle royale, but for this video I'm going to focus on just the original game mode, Bounty Hunt. Understanding all aspects of the menu and user interface. So first, I'm going to start off by doing a really quick rundown of the user interface, what everything is, and how to best get around. At the lobby main screen, here you can see the hunter you currently have selected, the hunter's level above them, your name and the bloodline rank below, as well in the top left corner, and your personal MMR in stars, which is used to determine your skill level for your match. Additionally, you can click this little plus icon to open up and expand to see your hunter's current loadout and traits. On the right hand side, you have the matchmaking options, which is where you can toggle seamless matchmaking, allow teams of 3, and view your matchmaking MMR, which is calculated based off your personal MMR with modifiers such as playing solo against trios or with randoms, etc. There are a lot of details to know about the skill-based matchmaking in this game, but the important thing is this. If you're just starting out or playing at a lower level, you should always leave this on. Regardless, the game will try to find players closest to your skill level. On the left hand side is where you can invite a player from your friends list or queue in with a random partner. In the lobby tab, everything else is just a different game mode, so I'll save that for another video. Under the progress tab, you can see your bloodline rank. Your bloodline rank I refer to as your accounts rank, which can be reset by prestiging after reaching level 100. This is not the same thing as your hunter's rank or level. In the bloodline progress, you can scroll through and see at what level everything is unlocked. Keep in mind though, just because you unlock the weapon doesn't mean all variants are unlocked. You have to use certain items in order to unlock items in the same category. For example, you have to use a Winfield to unlock the Winfield Marksman Rifle. Also, under the progress tab, you can see statistics, which is also found in the leaderboards tab, weekly and daily challenges, and see the statistics of your last match. Next, let's take a look at your roster. Your roster consists of all the hunters you have to hunt with. In the roster, you can select on any hunter and adjust their loadout. The overview will show everything, but in the equipment, you can change their tools, consumables, and weapons. You can use the filters on top to narrow down your options. Typically, compact ammo weapons are cheapest with the least power, and long ammo is the most expensive with the most power. Note that taking a primary and secondary with the same ammo type will carry over and allow you to have more for weapons, just shared between them. You can also search for anything specific if you know it by name, or you can search terms like lever action, and all lever action weapons will appear. Underneath upgrades, you can improve your hunter by adding traits. Be careful though, these cannot be removed without spending blood bonds, the second form of currency in this game, which I'll come back to. Each trait can help improve your hunter. You cannot purchase traits on hunters until you have trait points. You earn trait points by leveling your hunter. Basically, the more experienced the hunter is, the more skills they are capable of learning. Recruitment is where you recruit hunters to hunt for you. You recruit these hunters by spending hunt dollars, the main form of currency in this game. I look at this as normal money. You basically use this to buy everything in the game as in-game currency. The other type of currency I mentioned earlier is called blood bonds, and this is currency that you can use to buy it in real life, used pretty much exclusively for cosmetics. Also, there will always be one free hunter you can recruit. In addition to this, there will also be 3 hunters of varying skills. As your bloodline rank increases into tier 2 and 3, which is level 33 and 67, hunters with better weapons and traits will become available, but will be more expensive. Don't worry though, if you don't like any of the hunters available, you do get one free reshuffle after each gameplay. Soul Survivors are just free hunters you get if you win a quick play match, and Legendary Hunters are purely cosmetic and give you 3 random traits with no weapons or no equipment. I do not recommend this for newer players or if you are trying to save some money. The store is the same thing as what can be seen in the roster, just a standalone version, and you can also see locked items. This is rarely used because it isn't really needed, with the exception of one feature. You can look at the 3D view of the weapon. From here, you can kind of click and hear what these weapons sound like when firing, and you can hear the differences in how they sound from different ranges. The last thing to mention here is the library. Here you can see all enemy types, different bosses, and grunts. You can also see all weapons as well as weapon variants. This is important because the book shows you what you need to unlock the next variant. It will tell you how much XP you need to earn with the weapon or how many times you need to use a consumable. So the last thing and the most important thing that I'm going to go through is some gameplay. Again, there are so many details to this game that I couldn't possibly cover everything in a single video, but I'll do my best to explain at a high level the objectives and some gameplay pointers. So when you load into a bounty hunt match, you will spawn in one of several dozen spawn locations around the edges of the map. The more you play, the more you learn where they all are. Maps of this can also be found online. With the in-game tips, you're immediately prompted to check DarkSight to look for the clues. You need to find 3 clues to know where the boss lair is located on the map. Alternatively, finding the boss lair negates the need to find these clues. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the objective is to find the boss, kill it, banish it, then extract with its bounty token. You should also check your map. After you pick up a clue, the portion of the map that grays out, the boss cannot be, and that's how you will know where you need to go next and where other hunters might be going. That being said, the other hunters on the map are going to try and kill you to make sure that you can't do that, so that they can. If you get into a gunfight with another team and manage to kill one of them, don't be afraid to burn the body. So put some pressure on the teammate to actually make a play instead of just kind of waiting and camping around the body. Plus, it's not as bad now because if they end up winning that fight, they can always collect the bounty to go revive their teammate. There is not one correct way to play this game. Play how you'd like, but enemy hunters will be notified where you are the more sound traps you hit, such as crows, ducks, horses, and dog kennels. Also be mindful of the noises around you as well. This can give you some key insight to other players and their positioning. If you show up to the bounty lair first, you can kill the boss. You will know if anybody else is there by checking DarkSight. In the top left corner, the bounty symbol will flash white with a quiet whispering. If other hunters are nearby, the bounty symbol will flash red and be accompanied by some harsh, aggressive whispering. This rule also does apply to clues. The typical blue will turn red and become very aggravated. It's the clue's way of letting you know there's a hunter nearby. Be careful. This mechanic can really help prevent clue campers. When you're fighting a boss and the bounty is flashing red, be ready for a fight. One thing that I really struggled with when I started playing is killing the boss. Knowing each boss's weaknesses can help, but also know that melee weapons will be the most effective and quiet against any bounty. At every 25% of the boss's health, roughly, the boss will enter some form of frenzy or enraged state that will cause them to take less damage and deal more. I recommend taking a couple whacks with any melee weapon you find on the ground, an axe or a hammer perhaps, and once it enrages, leave the lair for a bit and let the boss calm down. The assassin is a little different, you kind of just want to keep damaging it the entire time to prevent its split. I can provide more details in another video on specifics to killing bosses. After you finish fighting the boss, the next objective is to banish the boss. When you banish the boss, your lost health is restored, as well as lost health chunks. Health chunks are each separated portion of health on your hunter. If you burn, these chunks can be lost. If you die, they will also be lost. If after you extract, you are still missing health chunks, don't worry, you can use the trait points you earned from the experience to buy your health chunks back. When the boss is completely banished, the bounty token will be there where the boss was killed. When you grab one, you should always scan and look around you for any hunters. Hunters will glow orange in your vision, and the size of the blob will show how close or far they are away. If nobody is around you, you are free to move. Keep in mind though, your exact position is advertised across the entire map with a giant lightning bolt over your head. It can make traveling with the bounty dangerous, so be sure to scan periodically to make sure nobody is about to ambush you. However, if you see hunters in your dark sight boost, you are left with two choices, run or fight. If you are able to make it to the extraction and leave with the bounty, you've done it. You live to die another day. And that's everything at a quick high level that you should know about Hunt Showdown when you are a beginner. There are so many details about weapon specifics, boss tactics, quick play, how to save money, and so on, so I plan on making more videos for these sort of things. Hunt Showdown is currently growing, and it is absolutely an unforgiving game and can turn people away if they can't learn it fast enough. So I'm always happy to help anyone new to the game get better and enjoy a game a little bit more. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, learned something new, and thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.
Dead.